Shabbat Shalom, family. It's your friendly neighborhood teacher, Elijah. I'm a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Family, I want to talk about something real quick. And what I'm about to say, look, you ain't got to believe me, but I know the power of the Most High, and I know what the Most High told me. And if you can comprehend what I'm saying, you might be standing next to me as well with your white robe and your crown on. And if you don't comprehend it yet, if you don't understand what I'm saying, know that one day you'll make it there. And you'll be sitting right next to me and your brothers and sisters in the kingdom with your white robe and your crown on. Family, I was reading, the Most High had me in the Book of Mormon. And I've been asking the Most High why my life at this time has crossed paths with these Mormon missionaries. And I'm going to say this again, I've said before, it's not about me joining their congregation. I'm not telling nobody to join their religion or go to no Mormon church. Everything happened for a reason. And this has happened to me for a reason. It's like little breadcrumbs is leading me to the treasure. And this treasure has awakened in me. This wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding has been awakening me truly this evening. Yes, I still got some ways to go, but I'm so thankful for this revelation. And it starts off with, family, if you watch my video, I believe I called it 1717. It's got the breastplate on it. If you haven't watched the video, go back and watch it. I'm gonna try not to go deep. I'm not gonna go deep because I don't have time. I got things I gotta do, but I wanted to get this out there. So I'm sitting here reading the Book of Mormon, and remember, this whole thing started with me meeting these missionaries at this time and me doing studying in the Book of Mormon. The Most High has had me diving deeper in the Book of Mormon again. It's been a minute since I really dove deep in it. And you forget things if you don't read them over again. And it's been a while since I've really truly dove into this book like this. And as I was going through the Book of Alma right now, I was reading Alma 12 and 13. And before I read it, I got on my knees and I prayed to the Most High. I prayed to the celestial mothers to give me wisdom and knowledge and understanding, to give me a deeper understanding of the mysteries of this word, to help me dive deeper. And I want to remind you, matter of fact, it's 11:17 right now. Matter of fact, let me show you. Well, look, it's 11:18, but I'm going to take that. But it was literally just as I'm about to turn it over, it was 11:17. So this takes me back, just as I was saying, I didn't do this on purpose, but see, confirmation, family. And the confirmation is, remember I told you the story, if you go back to the video, 1717, it took me back to the year 2017 when I was in Texas. And I told you guys about how I was working in a food bank at the time. Not being paid, but volunteering. I remember I didn't even want to volunteer there. It just happened because of my circumstances. And I met a woman there. And one day she called me in her office. And remember I told you at that time I was doing a lot more. And when I wake up first thing in the AM, I would get on my knees, I put the Bible in front of me, and I pray. And I asked the Most High to lead me to the word for the day. I wouldn't look at it. I'd close my eyes, pray, and then I opened the book to a page. And that particular day, hold on real quick, family. In that particular day, the Most High led me to Leviticus chapter 8. And at the time when I was reading it, it was going over Moses. Leviticus chapter 8 was going over Moses, blessing Aaron and his sons to be high priests in the tabernacle. And when I read it, it's like, those parts of the Bible where it's just going through the motions. It's just breaking things down, like this many lambs. We want to do this type of forgiveness prayer. You gotta sacrifice this many calves or oxen and things of that nature. So at the time, it didn't really mean too much to me. I mean, it was interesting. I was learning about how the Levites did their jobs, but at that time when I read it, it was just kind of like, okay, How does this apply to me this day? So I read it and then I went on about my business. I went to the food bank and started working. And then the woman called me in the back. And she said, the Most High wants me to pray for you. And I remember I hadn't had any conversation with her that day, really, about anything. We usually go in there before we start working. We open up with prayer, and then we go to work. And then she just came back to the storage area in the back, got me, and said, come to my office. And she said in the office, Most High wants me to pray for you. I don't know why. And then she placed her hands on me, and she started praying in tongues. And the next thing you know, she sits there and tells me, the Most High Creator wants me to do something. This might sound kind of weird, but do I have permission to touch you and lay hands on you and also put blessed oil on you? And when she took out the blessed oil, she put it on my head, my right ear, my right thumb, and my big right toe. She told me, this might sound weird, but I need you to take your shoe off. And at that moment when she did it, my eyes opened up because I'm like, yo, I'm like, Miss So-and-so, I just read about this. I was just reading about this today. And at that moment, then it meant something to me because I'm thinking like, why is this happening right now? And why is this happening to me? In other words, she did the priestly anointing and blessing on me at that moment. The same blessing that Moses did to Aaron and his sons. In ordaining me as a high priest. But at the time, like I said, I wasn't in my own home. You know, I didn't have a high-paying job. I was very lowly. But yet it was like, Most High, what does this mean? Why is this honor being put upon me at this moment? What does this mean? And fast forward to today. And one of those things, and remember, the ephod was also put on Aaron. And one of the things on the ephod, remember, was the Urim and the Thummim. And if you're familiar at all with the Book of Mormon, the Urim and Thummim is very important. That's what Joseph Smith used to translate the golden tablets for the Book of Mormon. And as I've been talking with these Mormons, I remember these two things. One thing they said was, one of them said is like, I already have a Bible study teacher, but I wish you was my teacher. And also remember when Yahushua, and I'm not putting myself up to the king, I'm not making myself equal, but I just want to say this. Remember through the Bible, Yahushua wasn't going around saying that he was the Messiah and God. Remember, the Most High caused the Spirit to flow so much through Yahushua that Yahushua's enemies proclaimed it. And it's like, are you the Son of God or are you God? And he's like, I didn't say it, you just said it. I never said it, you said it. In other words, confirmation. The Most High will make your enemies confirm what you either don't know or what you think in your spirit, but you don't want to say it out loud and you're not sure because of how you look in life or what you're going through. The Most High has made these people confirm this for me. And she also said, she was like, I don't know why, but I'm just amazed of how much understanding you have of the Book of Mormon in such a short time. I see the Spirit. These are the things they were saying, not just the one, all of them. And I'm just sitting here listening, not really, you don't want to get puffed up. But fast forward now, I'm reading. Most High have me studying tonight. And I'm reading Alma 12 and 13. And basically what it's explaining to me, family, I want to explain to you. As it's going through, first and foremost, I'm going to say, as it's talking about the angels of earth speaking to the people. And it's all in the wording, right? And how it's said, like my eyes are just open so much wider. It's saying the angels of the earth go about ministering to the holy and to the men, to the holy men, to the men that are holy, to the men, what was the word? To the men that are holy, to the men that are holy and not righteous, but justice. Men full of holiness and justice. Not holiness, but holy. Anyway, holy and justice. These are the two words. It said angels are going to minister to these men that are holy and full of justice. And when you look at these words, you understand holy means what? Set apart. And to be a set apart person, to make it understand for today, a set apart person just literally means someone who follows the Most High, who makes themselves set apart and holy from those who don't follow the Most High, or from the Gentiles or from the heathen. And The other word is justice, just means men who follow the law of the Most High. They believe in justice by the law of the Most High. And remember what I've told you guys, angels. You and I are angels. Remember, we're not this flesh, we're spiritual beings. So we are the angels. So the angels ministering weren't actually, see, in the world we're taught, remember, this is why the commandments, it says don't idol worship and don't make pictures of things in heaven. You know, don't draw pictures on earth of things in heaven. Why? Because they paint pictures in your head of things that aren't the truth. And what are these pictures they paint? Is that angels are these people with white robes and wings and feathers flying around, when that's not the truth. Especially you go to the Bible, and angels, sometimes they make them look like grotesque beasts. Forgive me, I'm not calling you grotesque beasts. This is the best way to explain it. So really, the angels are men. The angels are the prophets, are the ministers, are the priests, are the priestess, are the people that go around the world spreading the gospel of the Lord. Those are the angels in fleshly form. Because those are who the people listen to. Listen to what I'm saying, family. You're watching this, you have a soul. You're an angel. You're an angel going through probation here on earth. And as it keeps talking, it's also talking about people needing to repent. And those who don't repent are doomed to be chained down to hell. And hell, family, is earth. It's this place of probation we're in. That's what hell is. It's not what we've been taught in church. It's not fire and brimstone and you getting tortured. We're in hell. We could turn this into heaven, but nonetheless understand, as we are in our fallen state and going through trials and tribulations, we're going through the fire, we're going through hell. And as I'm reading this and is explaining this, it also goes into speak about how in the beginning, it starts to talk about the priest line of Melchizedek. And it talks about how the priests of Melchizedek were those who were with the Most High in the beginning. And in the beginning, we have a choice. We're either going to choose the good or the bad. And if you choose bad, then you're the heathen. But if you chose good in the beginning, you're ordained in the kingdom before you get here as a priest in the line of Melchizedek. And because you chose good, that means you chose to come to earth at this time. And any other time you came, because your job as an angel within the flesh, as a priest of Melchizedek, is to spread the word unto the people, unto the nations, to help them rise up and pass their probationary period. And I got to go back. Remember, in the Garden of Eden, there was two trees, the tree of life and death and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. When Adam and Eve were in the garden, and I want to refer you guys to the book called the Book of Adam and Eve. So if you haven't read it, go read it, and this will give you understanding. In the book of Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were immortal. They couldn't die. In the book of Adam and Eve talks about times where, and remember, Adam and Eve were like children. They didn't know anything, but they didn't know anything. They were like brand new babies. They had to learn things. And so Adam and Eve didn't even know the concept of death or life. They just existed in immortality. So there were times in the book of Adam and Eve where Adam and Eve would literally throw themselves off cliffs, trying to kill themselves because they were trying to get back to the spirit realm. Because they were used to being spirit and they weren't used to being in these bodies in the flesh. So they're trying to do everything they could to get back to the kingdom or the spiritual realm. But they would only end up hurting themselves and being in pain and end up having to take time to heal. So they couldn't die. And the word speaks about, and even the Book of Mormon, that it's a blessing that Adam and Eve, our forefathers and our foremother, did not eat from the tree eat the fruit from the tree of life. Because if they would have ate the fruit from the tree of life, they would have lived forever in the forms that they were, and they would not have been able to die. And because they would not have been able to die, it would have made the word a lie. Because the Most High said to them, if you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will die. But if they ate the tree of life first, they wouldn't have died. And they would have perpetually lived in that same form as like children. And remember, family, it's like playing the game Grand Theft Auto. When you play the game Grand Theft Auto, you go around, what do? You play as a criminal, you rob banks, you go around shooting, and you end up dying and then respawning, right, to do it over again. And now when you look at it in the form of Adam and Eve, remember, in the book of Adam and Eve, remember, they couldn't die. So if they lived a life where they couldn't die, there would be nothing to learn. Because if you can't die, family, that means there's no consequences to your actions. That means they would have been running. Imagine a child who has no parents around them, family, no parents to teach them anything. So what are they going to do? They're going to run around being hellions, doing whatever, not learning, because there's no consequences to their actions. But when they ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they brought death upon themselves. And they were able to go through probation. So when you're able to go through death, family, remember, you go through fear. And fear is also a teacher. Like, for instance, let's say maybe it happened to you when you're little. If not, you've heard the saying. You ever heard how people talk about, let's say a stove is hot. And when a child is young around the stove, the parents will say, don't touch that hot stove. Why? Because it'll burn you. And because the child is young and they don't really listen, what are they going to do? They're going to touch the stove. And when they touch the stove, what happens? They get burned. And what do? They learn a lesson not to do it again. So the reason that we have death upon us is that we have this probationary period, family, to be tested. And while we're being tested, we fear death, especially when we don't have any understanding of it. So we go about life a lot safer because we don't want to die, right? So we're forced to learn lessons because of our fear, because we're trying to learn how to survive. And remember, what did the word say also? The word says that man punishment will be always to get their substance from the ground by the sweat off their brows. And this is the point of our probation. Because in the garden, remember, everything was given to our forefathers and our foremother, Adam and Eve. Everything was given to them. They didn't have to work for it. So once again, their parents are taking care of them. The Most High was taking care of them because that was the Most High's children. And when your parents take care of you, your parents cover you from the realities of life. So you don't have to worry about nothing. And you're basically ignorant to the truths and the evils and the dangers of life. So Adam and Eve had to leave the garden and go through their probationary period like we're going through now in order to learn right and wrong. And what it also explained is those who do not repent and those who ignore the Spirit of the Most High are doomed to be shackled to hell, chained to hell, aka earth. And this is the part that I'm still trying to get more understanding on. But once again, it's not torture like hell, family, like what we've been taught in church. It's when you ignore the Spirit of the Most High. This is what I'm still trying to get confirmation on. It's either two things. One, either you get to do this reincarnation over and over again. And check this movie out, family. It's called Defending. It came out in the 80s. It's called Defending Your Life. And the movie is about this man who died and then he went to heaven. And in heaven, he had to go to a courtroom. There was two judges and two lawyers to sit there as this man sat in a chair, and they had a screen. And what happens on the screen is they replay this man's life in front of them. And as they go through this man or this woman's life, the people in the courtroom or the two people that represent him like lawyers are going to be like, okay, you did good in these parts of your life, but in these parts of your life, you're still lacking. And at the end of the judgment, they're going to decide whether the man or the woman or the women who are in heaven, either the decision is they need to go back down to hell or earth, the probation, because they still have things that they have to learn, or they've learned enough that they're able to move on. And there is no judgment, family. There is no gavel. There is no you're condemned to hell. You judge yourself, because when you go back to the kingdom, family, all the wisdom and knowledge comes back to you. The truth, you know the truth. So while you're watching yourself on the screen, family, you're judging yourself because you know you were wrong. They don't need to tell you you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You condemn yourself. And I remember there's a scene in the movie where they told the man, you got to go back down to earth because there's still things you have to learn. And the man looked like it looked like he was about to cry. And remember, I've said this before, I've never seen this movie till recently. And remember in videos before, I've told you that that imagine a line of people standing at Judgment Day before the pearly gates getting judged. And people at the front of the line, they're going to start crying, not because they are about to go to hell and burn forever and be tortured. No, they're crying because they realize the truth now, and they realize they have to go down to earth. They have to go back to earth. And now, remember, you know how people talk about when they've had experiences where they've died or something and they went to heaven, and they say that they just felt so much love that they don't want to leave. They don't want to go back. But the Most High tell people when they have visions, but you got to go back to earth. But they're like, but I don't want to go. I want to stay. It was like that. So once you get to the kingdom, family, you're so much at peace. There's so much bliss and joy and love. You're not trying to come back here. But once you go to that judgment and you judge yourself that you know that you didn't do good enough, you're going to cry because you're going to be like, I don't want to go back to earth. And I'm going to give you guys also, remember the movie Groundhog Day. Remember when Bill Murray kept on dying and coming back to life? Remember at first it was fun, but then it became hell to him. But eventually, once he changed his ways, remember the loop stopped. He didn't have to live Groundhog Day over anymore because he had to grow. And this is essentially what I'm telling you. We come here to grow, family, to learn right and wrong. So when you deny the Spirit of the Most High, and it says that you meet the second death of the soul, your soul isn't actually dying, family. What it is you're telling the Most High you're not ready to live in the kingdom. Because you can't come to them. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is in you, aka it's a choice. The kingdom is not buildings. It's not a place. It's you. The kingdom of heaven is people who make the choice to want to live there. So you can't live in the kingdom until you know better, until you've grown up, until you're no longer a child. And what does the word says? You put away childish things. Right? But when you deny the Holy Spirit and you live by the flesh, it's like your soul dies because, remember, it said that what it says is if Adam and Eve ate from the tree of life and death first, they would have lived forever, but they would have been doomed and not been able to be forgiven and renewed. Because then, remember, when you can't die, family, there is no right or wrong because no one can die. You don't know the concept of right or wrong because you're just living. So what it is, when it's saying that the soul dies, this is where I said, I'm still getting confirmation. Either you get to do this over and over again, or in the Bible where it says the unrighteous will be cast out into utter darkness and gnashing of teeth. Either you do this over and over again, or there comes to a point where the Most High basically says, okay, you don't want to learn and you want to stay in the flesh, then I'm going to put you in another realm with people like you where you can't die. And I'm going to let you become an animal. Family, when you deny the Holy Spirit and you don't repent, you become your flesh. You're no longer your spirit. You're not your spirit man or spirit woman anymore. You just become flesh and you live like a beast. And that's your punishment, because after a while, remember, family, anything you do forever, you get tired, and eventually you're going to get tired of living forever. And it's going to become hell to you because you're not going to have, if you don't have the Spirit of the Most High, that means there's no wisdom. That darkness is ignorance. And you will be cursed to live forever in the flesh and not be able to ascend, to not be able to move on to the rest of the Most High in the bosom of Abraham. You won't be able to move on. And that's what it means for the second death of the spirit. Your soul doesn't actually die. You have your soul, but you live so long, family, that it's like you don't have a soul, like you have no conscience, you have no understanding. You're still a child. You're living as a beast when you're more than that. And this even goes back, family, if you've heard people talk about aliens. You know the problem with some aliens? The aliens are our ancestors who mess with their DNA and cause their souls to get trapped in their body. And they've lived so long, family, that they've forgotten right and wrong, because there is no right and wrong to them no more. Because they're perpetually living. And when we move on, family, us who ascend, it's going to be our job to go to our brothers and sisters, to minister to them, to help them also pass on themselves, because they've forgotten what it was to have a soul. They've forgotten what it was to be a spiritual man or woman or whatever they call themselves. And it's up to us to take the gospel to them, because regardless of how they look, they're still creations of the Most High, and they're our brothers and sisters. This is why we're not supposed to judge them or say they look grotesque or ugly, because they are creations of the Most High. They are beautiful in the eyes of the Most High. So, but those who pass on, family, those who pass the test, they go to the kingdom. And when it says we go in the rest, in the bosom of the Most High, or the bosom of Abraham, that rest, family, go back, and I refer back to the movie Defending Your Life. That rest, family, isn't actually sleep. That rest is, okay, in the movie Defending Your Life, remember I said how people don't want to leave. When you go to the kingdom, family, it's like they say they don't want to come back. The people, they were like, I know I had a life on earth. I even have kids. I had kids and I probably died too early. But I'm not worried about them. I'm just so happy here in the kingdom. When, like people say, when people die and they go on, they're not worried about us here on earth, because they understand now what's going on. They understand it's just a test. So when you go to the kingdom, that rest, family, is no worries, no concerns. You're just living. That's the rest. There are no husbands, no wives, no brothers, no sisters. Just citizens of the kingdom of heaven, living in truth, in wisdom, just living. And matter of fact, in the movie, family, Defending Your Life, the angels, or the people who represented angels, they all, let's see, how you have a job and you have supervisors and managers, and then you got vice presidents and CEOs, and it goes up and up and up. In the kingdom, the higher angels go by the amount of wisdom. The more wisdom you have, the higher up on the totem pole of angels you are. Remember, wisdom sets you free. Remember, family, I talk about baptism. Baptism, the water represents wisdom. So the more wisdom you have, the more you grow, the more you ascend. Because we're here to learn, remember. And the thing that I was taught that gave me so much joy tonight, family, and it goes back to, I've been going through so much suffering and pain, family, that I've forgotten about what happened to me in Texas. Because it was hard for me to see or really think about what that revelation was to me, because I was too busy looking at the fleshly things in my life, looking at things that didn't matter, instead of looking at who I truly was inside. And what this has reminded me, family, as it spoke about in the Book of Mormon, it said, you were with me in the beginning. And like I said, there are those who chose good and those who chose bad. And this revelation at this moment has let me know, family, that I am a priest of Melchizedek, that I am in the line of priests of Melchizedek. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. All praise to the Most High, to this revelation. And I'm so thankful to the Most High, because I know that I know for sure I was with the Most High in the beginning, and I've had confirmation after confirmation, but now I can see it more clearly, that I am an angel, and that my job is to minister to my brothers and sisters, to wake the dead up, to wake the dry bones up, to remind you of who you are, to continue to seek knowledge and wisdom so that you can pass on, so that you can ascend, so that you can get your crown. Matter of fact, also go back to my video that I did on the pseudepigrapha. And remember, I told y'all there were things that happened when I read that, confirmations. And I didn't remember, as I've been doing these reading with Elijah videos, usually I start from the beginning of the book. But this time when I was getting the book, I just happened to open up to the ascension of the prophet Isaiah through the seven heavens. And as it went through it, it described that as Isaiah went up through the different heavens, when he got closer to the top, he saw rooms full of thrones. And he saw people in white robes sitting in those thrones, men and women with crowns on. And family, I'm telling you right now, I have a crown in a white robe in the kingdom waiting for me. And if you understand what I'm saying, and this agrees with your spirit, and you're where I am right now on this narrow path, you also have a crown. You also have a white robe and a throne waiting for you, family. You are the kings and queens of the kingdom. You are high priests in the line of Melchizedek. And if you don't understand yet, but maybe you understand a little, but you're on this path, it's waiting for you too. The Most High is just waiting for you to wake up. The kingdom is waiting for you, family. It's waiting for you to get the understanding. It's waiting for you to read line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. It's waiting for you to wake up to the truth of who you are. And I get, and Most High, I claim in the name of Yahushua Mashiach of Nazareth, Most High, give your people watching this right now eyes to see and ears to hear, to understand what I'm saying. Let these seeds be planted. Let seeds be watered. Family, this is who we are. Especially to my brothers and sisters who come from the tribes of Yisrael, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is who we are. We have crowns waiting for us and white robes. All praise to the Most High. Praise. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. This is our future. This is who we are. But you got to wake up to the truth. You got to put your best foot forward. You got to study to make yourself approved. Faith without works is death. Family, this is who I am. This is who you are. This is what we have waiting for us in the kingdom. Wake up, high priest and priestess. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. Who are my mother? Who are my brothers? Who are my mother and my brothers but those, and my sisters but those who do the will of the Most High? And I say this too. When we get to the kingdom, we will be equal with our brother Yahushua. As he said, you will do things that I've done even greater. And when you understand what I'm saying, family, you will no longer kiss the feet of Yahushua a bow. I mean, you will because of his power and his honor. But at the same time, understand that Yahushua, when you really understand this, you understand that Yahushua is not a Lord to lord over his people, over his brothers and sisters. He wants you to be on his level, to have the understanding that he has, so that we can have the kingdom hand in hand. We're not meant to lord over each other. We're not meant to have kings and leaders. We're supposed to lead ourselves through the commandments and faith and belief and trust in the Most High and the laws of the Most High gave us by the laws of the kingdom. Remember, the kingdom is a choice, family, and you choose to live by. And when you truly understand what I'm saying, look, Yahushua, look, our king, if he was here right now and you kiss his feet, which I would too, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm going to do it to get out the way. I'm going to bow to get it out the way because I want to. I want to thank our king for what our king did, for the sacrifice our king made to give us this wisdom and knowledge and discernment and understanding. But then our king wants us to get to the point of understanding to where we know that we are kings and queens who inherit the kingdom along with him. That we understand that we're not servants, that we are brothers and sisters. And the only one we serve truly is the Most High Creator, who we're so thankful, who even gave us life. We would have no life or individuality if it was not for the Creator. And this is what we need to understand. You are the Messiah, family. You are the Mashiach. You are the Christ. All of us are the Christ. And when we minister to our brothers and sisters and spread the gospel and live by example, not only by spreading the word, by example, we're helping put crowns on the heads of our brothers and sisters. We're helping them ascend. We're helping them get to their robes and their crowns so that we can all sit in a throne room together in our seats as children of the Most High under the King, as kings and queens and princes and princesses. This is the goal, family. This is where we're going. And I thank the Most High once again. I am a Levite priest. I am, and more importantly, I am a priest in the line of Melchizedek. Listen to my words. Most High, eyes to see and ears to hear. Listen to what I'm saying, family. You are also priests in the line of Melchizedek. And that crown and that robe is sitting there waiting for you to take it. We volunteered to come here. We came here to help our brothers and sisters who are dead to the spirit and dead to understanding because they're in darkness. We're here to wake them up. Regardless of how many times they have to go with it, one day they will wake up. And they will be in the kingdom after they get tired of hell. I'm tired of hell. I'm ready for my crown. I'm ready for my throne. I'm ready for my robe. Are you, family? Praise the Most High, family, for this revelation, especially if you understand what I'm saying. If you feel this, if this agrees with your spirit, praise the Most High for this revelation that you are a part of the line of Melchizedek. We all are. But you got to earn it. You got to work for it. No matter if it takes you 10,000 lifetimes, this is what you're working for. To escape from hell, to escape from this probationary period, and to claim your crown and your throne and your white robes. I hope this is making sense, family. I hope you're understanding who you are and how important you are to our Father and our celestial mothers in the kingdom and to the Most High Creator of all. We are the children of the Most High, and the Most High is just waiting for us to come back and claim our crown, our robes, and our throne in peace, to act like civilized citizens of the kingdom by choice. And we'll make the choice to do it because we'll understand why. Because we'll appreciate the peace then, and we'll appreciate the fact that we exist, and we'll appreciate the fact that the Most High has blessed us with individuality to be something outside of itself, to be something outside of the darkness, to be something outside of the great consciousness of the great Creator, the Most High, the great nameless one, the Creator of all, the great Alpha and Omega, is waiting for us to claim our thrones. Let me make sure I've explained everything, family. Make sure I'm not forgetting nothing. But this is what it's explaining. This is truly the second death, family. The death of the spirit. Like I said, it's not truly the death of your spirit. It's just a death to wisdom and common sense. It's a death to the law. It's a death of the spirit to just be flesh. And that's not what you want to be, family. You don't want to just exist as a beast. You want to ascend. You want to take your rightful place. It's evil. Remember, live. Evil backwards is what live. It is evil to just want to live in the flesh, and it is torture to you. Even if you don't understand, living in the flesh for eternity would be torture. Pure hell. Because we want the light bodies of Yahusha. Remember, Yahusha was what? A shapeshifter. Yahusha, you can't hurt Yahusha. Yahusha can travel between realms in different heavens. In other words, different dimensions, different worlds, different existences. Don't you want that power, family? To travel the world and play like a child. Become like a child, but a child with wisdom. And play in different dimensions and different worlds. Live as different beasts, as different creatures, as different aliens. To take on different forms. To create earths, to create land masses, to create lightning and snow, to have all the wisdom of the universe. Don't you want this? Don't you want to be just like our brother the king? Don't you want to be just like your mama and daddy in the kingdom? Don't you want to one day be like the creator again? Don't you want to go back to source and experience what it is to be the all again? You got to earn that. You have to overcome your childish ways. Throw down your childish ways. Put away your toys. And become a king and a queen. To become a priest in the line of Melchizedek. This is our future, family. This is who we are. This is what I claim upon my life. And I thank the Most High for this understanding and revelation. So now I can walk more fully in my purpose. As a priest of Melchizedek. As a Levite high priest. Anointed by the Most High. Regardless of it just being me and her in that room, the angels were there congratulating me. I was before a great host, no matter where I was in that back office. No matter, even though it doesn't matter if it's just the two of us, the angels were there, the Most High was there, and I thank the Most High. Who cares if it wasn't a great possession and people standing around me praising? That's the stuff that keeps us stuck in the flesh. The ego, the desires of the flesh to be worshipped by others. We don't need nobody to worship us. We're not supposed to worship nobody except for the Most High, who is not a man or a woman, who is not a man, who is not a human. And doesn't the word say all the time? I am not a man. Don't think me to be a man that I have the ways. I'm not a man. I created man. Be careful not to be caught in the dainties of this fleshly world, family. It's not worth it. It's hell. And that's another thing. Remember, this kingdom is the kingdom of Satan. The reason the rich, and this goes back to the book, The Sealed Portion. And if you've ever heard me talk about it, heard me read some of it, remember in the sealed portion, Adam and Eve's son had a son named Benelli. And remember, Benelli tricked the people by digging up all the gold in the land and then making jewelry for his wife and telling his wife, now go before the other people and make the women want this jewelry. And when the women want this jewelry, they'll go to their husbands and beg their husbands for this jewelry. And who will the husbands come to? They'll come to Benelli. And when they come to Benelli, Benelli will tell them, I can only make this jewelry for your wives if you bring me gold. And and remember, he dug up all the gold. It says he dug up all the gold in the land. There was nowhere to get gold. So what did they have to do? They had to work for Benelli. Remember, in the beginning, everyone helped. Everyone worked together. Everyone tilled their own land with their own hands. There was no king over them. Everybody was equal. But Benelli created a monetary system where so now he didn't have to work. He had his brothers and sisters tilling the land for him. He had them become his slaves through the love of money, because they wanted to give their wives these rocks. Gold, really, family, gold is not valuable. It's just a rock. Yes, it's more valuable than other rocks, I guess, because there's not a lot of it, but in reality, it is just a rock. And because Benelli cursed people to value these things when they really have no value, they're just pretty rocks. They became slaves to it. And because they became slaves to it, they slaved away for it, and they created this monetary system. Hold on, hold on. I'm losing track. I digress and I lost track. Give me a second, family, to get back on track. Okay, yeah, so these elites today, family, what it is remember, the sin of Benelli really was laziness. Rich people don't want to work. They want slaves. Remember, it ain't no fun if you ain't got no slaves. Because remember, these rich people, family, they don't make the cars they drive in. They don't make the clothes they wear. They don't make the mansions they live in. The poor make these things because they don't want to do it themselves. And that's what the kingdom of Satan is. For those who follow the God of this earth, which is, as they say, Lucifer, but really remember, Satan just means enemy. So anybody be Satan. Satan remember, what does the word says? We struggle not against flesh, but the spirits and evil principalities and the evil rulers of this earth. Because they're lazy and they don't want to work. So they have us to work for them, because they've made this place, this flesh, this evil flesh. Remember, live is evil. Remember, those who love their life will lose it, and those who hate their life will gain it. And because they love this earth so much, they've created their heaven on earth, which is built by what? Who? Slaves like Benelli. Because they want to live, remember, in the kingdom. Remember, like Adam and Eve in the garden, family, remember, everything is provided for us in the kingdom. But we have to earn that. We're not supposed to have that on earth. Remember, we're supposed to work by the sweat of our brow. But the enemy, the elites, have created a world to where they don't have to work, where they make us work for them, and they make us worship them because of things they have, and they turn us to slaves. They turn us into slaves for money, for mammon, because we want to be where they are, so that we can live in their kingdom, in the kingdom of flesh and things that decay. This is what the world is, family. They have us living in the beast system. Remember the movie WALL-E, family, if you've seen it? Remember the movie WALL-E? People had so much. This is what technology does. Satan uses technology to create Satan's heaven on earth, so they have to work less. And remember the movie WALL-E, family? Remember the people got so fat and sloppy and lazy because they didn't work no more. Because, oh, dang it. My sound recorder went out again. You can hear me. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach as the Most High Creator. The sound where I know my screen froze, family. I'm going to switch over so you don't have to look at my frozen picture. Hold on real quick, family. I know y'all can hear me. I know you can hear me. Hold on real quick. Oop, y'all need to see that. Give me a second, because my screen froze, but I know y'all can hear me still because my thing is going off. So hold on. So anyway, family, remember the movie WALL-E. That's what this world is. That's what this beast system is. It's a world for the followers of Satan to live like kings and queens. Remember, family, everything on earth is a copy of things in the spiritual realm, or a copy of things in the kingdom. Satan is trying to recreate the kingdom here on earth for for Satan's minions. And remember, that don't necessarily mean Lucifer. It's whoever is elites right now. They're copying the Most High's kingdom on earth. But it's only for those who follow them. So don't sell your soul to them, family. Because you'll get tired of this fleshly world. You want to ascend. I hope y'all understanding what I'm saying. Eyes to see, ears to hear, understand what I'm saying. Eat this food, family. This beast system is what holds us back. Don't let these fleshly things confuse you and hold you back from the truth, family. This is another reason. Remember when Yahushua was taken to the mountain and Satan, remember, not Lucifer, but Satan told him to jump off, and Satan told him, I will give him all the kingdoms of the earth. And Yahushua was like, nah, that's nothing. In that moment, family, I'm telling you, remember, what did the word say? It said Yahushua, all Yahushua had to do was snap his fingers and the angels would come and fight for him. Even on the cross. At any moment while Yahushua was being tortured, family, remember, he could have called the angels to come rescue him, but Yahushua knew his purpose. He knew what cross he had to bear. And when he was on that mountain, he was fighting his ego. His ego was telling him, just snap your fingers and take the earth over. You can be greater than Alexander the Great. You can rule this whole earth, because that's how powerful. Remember, they tried to make Yahushua a family. Remember, they tried to make Yahushua a king. Remember? But Yahushua ran because Yahushua knew his purpose. And remember, we're supposed to be like Yahushua. We're supposed to model ourselves after Yahushua. What did Yahushua say? If you love me, then you'll do as I do. And why do we do as Yahushua did, our king? Because our Yahushua was doing as the Most High wanted him to do. So what better example to make? So as you follow Yahushua, you're inadvertently doing the will of the Most High. And that's the lesson, because once again, once you truly understand the true lesson and you truly get the true wisdom and knowledge, you understand this whole time. You're not doing really what you're doing what Yahushua is doing, but you're only doing it to learn that really this whole time, you're only doing what the Most High wants you to do so that you can graduate and ascend. We have to fight our ego, family. The final battle is a battle with your ego, with yourself, with your fleshly desires, to not love this world, but to love the Most High. To not love this flesh, but to love who you truly are in the spirit. That's the final test, family. Like Yahushua's final test is to fight your ego, to fight yourself. No, you're not going to cause the angels to make it easier for you. No, you're going to finish going through your probation. You're going to finish walking through the valley of the shadow of death, because the Most High is going to take you through that valley of shadow of death to victory at the end, until you make it to the gates of Zion, of New Jerusalem. And while we're here, family, in the flesh, it's our job, those who have understanding. What is it saying in Revelations? That the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Remember, hell can be here at the same time as well as the kingdom of heaven. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is just the people. If y'all ever seen the movie The Kingdom of Heaven with what's his name, where they were fighting over Jerusalem, the medieval movie. Remember, he said in the movie, remember, while they're fighting over Jerusalem, while Salah ad-Din was trying to take Jerusalem back, he was like, look, the city is not what matters. It's the people in the city that matter. It's the people that are the kingdom, not the city. Family, the kingdom of heaven on earth is the people. It don't matter if you live in a mud hut. It don't matter if you live in the gutter covered in dirt. You are a citizen in the kingdom of heaven if you live by the laws, family. The kingdom of heaven is spread all throughout the earth, family. It's not buildings. It's not governments. It's not houses. It's the people itself. It don't matter what house you live in, what clothes you have. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how poor you are. You are a citizen in the kingdom of heaven if you're living by the laws of the Most High, and you give all praise and love and faith to the Most High Creator and Yahushua our King. If you believe on Yahushua, if you repent and be baptized. And remember, the true baptism, family, is wisdom. Wisdom is what helps us grow. Yes, go get baptized truly in the water, but understand what that water represents is wisdom. You getting baptized in the water, family, is just you telling the Most High, now I'm gonna go hop in this word and do line upon line, precept upon precept, and here a little and there a little, with all that getting, get understanding. When you get in that water, family, I say it again, that's just you telling Most High, that's just a precursor. I'm dipping myself in this water because this water represents the wisdom that I'm gonna jump in after this in them books. And taking on the name of Yahushua is you telling the Most High, I accept Yahushua as my king, and I take on the image of my king to walk the path of my king. No, you don't have to be tortured like a king. Our king did it, so you don't have to do it, but you still gonna go through the fire. This narrow path, like it says, you seldom meet someone like you on this path because it's hard, family. But we will make it through if we keep faith in the Most High and trust and continue to walk this narrow path. Remember, we don't walk side by... Anyway. Understand what I'm saying, family. Take this wisdom and understanding. I'm giving you guys golden nuggets right now. Family, I'm giving you the true philosopher's stone right now. The true gold, family, is wisdom. The true gold is ascension and salvation. Not gold of man. Not the money of the beast system. And remember, I told you guys about, in the Book of Mormon, the vision of the prophet Lehi. And remember, the rod represents the word, and the rod leads to the tree of life. But remember the moat, and they saw people. Remember, it says the road to heaven is narrow, but the road to hell is wide, and many take it, the easy way. And remember, people were falling in that moat, family. Remember, on the other side of the moat which represented hell, what did they say was on the other side of that moat? It was a big mansion, a building with a bunch of people in it, with fine clothes and jewelry on, drinking wine and being merry. But it said that those people were truly in hell. They're truly in hell, family. Don't let this flesh stop you from ascending and knowing the truth. Don't get caught up in the beastism. Don't get caught up in the matrix. All these dainties, all this is just of the flesh. This is hell. And we need to ascend and get back to the kingdom. But till then, we are representations of kingdom in the flesh. And it don't matter what clothes you have, what car you drive, what jewelry you have or don't have. You are citizens in the kingdom. So don't let nobody put you down for what you have or don't have. Don't let them put you down. Remember, you are priests in the line of Melchizedek. You are kings and queens in the kingdom. You are sons of and daughters of the Most High. You are servants of Yahushua, our brother, the King. So, and once again, if you don't understand what I'm saying, family, continue following the law, continue seeking, continue to stay in your word, continue trying to live by the example that our brother, the King Yahushua, made, and continue to kiss his feet and bow, because Yahushua will not let you down. Just keep following Yahushua, family. Don't let Yahushua go. Don't let the word go. Don't let the rod go. The rod, aka the gospel, the word. Don't let it go. And don't just be stuck in the Bible. Pick up the second stick, aka the Book of Mormon. And when the two sticks come together, they make one book. This Book of Mormon, remember, my Israelite brother and sisters, this is our book. This is our history. Read the Apocrypha. Read the books of Enoch. Read all the books of wisdom that the Most High has given us to grow. Don't let no man or woman, don't let no preacher tell you not to read these books and you're not allowed to read. Continue to study, continue to read, continue to grow, family. Continue to grow. This wisdom is our salvation. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Run towards the wisdom and the knowledge, family. Gain the knowledge. Earn your crown. Remember, family, what's the word say? A righteous person wears wisdom like a crown. It takes a king. A king seeks wisdom. I know I'm saying it the wrong way, but I've mentioned these verses before, family, and they're true. I'm telling you, this is what it is. I've mentioned them before, and I'm mentioning them again. Matter of fact, let me try to pull one up in my phone real quick. Hold on. I don't got both of them, but I got one of them, so you know I'm not lying. Which y'all know I'm not lying, but hold on. Let me keep going. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. I think I got one of the verses. There's two verses. That one is in Proverbs, and this one is from that I'm about to give you is from the book of Ezra. But no, I think I got both of them in there. Hold on. Give me a second, family. Give me a second. It says, oh, dang, hold on. Okay, no, I got it somewhere else. Hold on real quick, family, because I want to make sure y'all get these scriptures. I want to make sure y'all get this wisdom and this understanding. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the King, Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth. All praise, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Give me a second, family. I'm about to pull it up. So y'all can have this truth. So y'all can have, man, this set me free. This understanding set me free tonight, family. This understanding set me free. Hold on. Set me free. Thank you, Most High. Set me free. Dang it. Hold on. Give me a second, family. I got to find it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Family, my phone going slow. Hold on. And then we about to get off because I got things to do real quick. Oh, no, that's not it. Dang it. See, boy, technology, boy, I tell you, it's good when it works, but it's horrible when it don't work. And it moving slow and stuff. Hold on, family. Okay, here it go. Here it go. About to come up. Just so you make sure you get this word. Get this word, family. And I'll be done. Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings to search things out. Oh, also in Proverbs, I don't get the I don't have the Ezra one in front of me, but that's a good enough. But here's another one. Proverbs chapter 4, verses 8 through 9 says, cherish her and she will exalt you. Embrace her and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. Remember, family, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is not only representation of the celestial mothers, the spiritual mother, but wisdom, which is worn in the crown. Remember, family, when we first come into our world, who's our first teachers? While our fathers are at work providing for us, getting that food from the ground, toiling and sweating. Our mothers, family, are our first representations of the kingdom, are our first representations of the Most High, as our mothers feed us with wisdom, if she's a righteous woman, that is. Not every mother, but those women, those mothers who are truly righteous and who are in their word and raise their children up in the word, family. Those are our first examples of the word. And later on, and our fathers teach us when they come home and teach us later on in life as we grow. But our mothers are our first example of the Creator, of God, of wisdom. I'm going to read it again, then we done. Proverbs 25, chapter 25, verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings is to search things out. Proverbs chapter 4, verses 8 through 9 says, cherish her and she will exalt you. Embrace her and she will honor you. She will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. All praise to the Most High Creator. I am a healthy, wise, strong, protected, celestial being who is loved by the Most High Creator. Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. It's 12:12. I say, and I say.